So you ever just do something and you're like, this is gonna be great, then you have to do it again? Because I filmed 3 videos last night and the lighting was off in all of them, so now I gotta film them all again, which is the first time in my life that I've done a draft of something to then do it again. So I guess enjoy? Some kind of primer or moisturizer or priming spray, or you know, the BB and CC cream that we're going to talk about in a minute are also pretty good primers. So this is a method that I like to use where you kind of just dab the product around your face so that you're not constantly going back to your hand, and it makes it so much easier in my opinion to just kind of blend out all over your skin, which you can see I'm doing with the beauty blender, and then use my hands because I feel like my fingers sometimes just move the product around better. But always remember to wash your hands first. So as you can see, it's kind of more, in my opinion, like a tinted moisturizer, where there's some kind of coverage right there, but there's not a whole lot. So I tend to, for people who have really nice skin, this probably works really well for them. It doesn't really work as well for me, especially when I put a whole bunch on top of it. But yeah, so this is BB cream. And I feel like it's kind of goes without saying, but I use the same method for CC cream, only I tried to rub it in with my fingers before I realized that there was just too much product to solely use my fingers and went back to the beauty blender. As you can see, the CC cream is very similar to the BB cream in the fact that it kind of does like some coverage, not a lot. I have a very discolored face. My face is very red, so I don't like having this because I feel like it just makes my skin look shinier, and that's not really what I want. Obviously you can set it, which will be at the end of this video, but yes, if you have just kind of you want a light natural kind of makeup look, I would recommend a BB or a CC cream. And like I said before, these are also really good. I've never used them as primers, but I've heard from other people that these are very good for priming, and I'm pretty sure it's not on the back of these, but ones that I had looked at in Walmart, they were on the back of. So yeah, this is BB and CC cream. I used one of my oval brushes for this method just to kind of show different ways you can apply foundation, and I did pump it onto the back of my hand, which in my opinion wastes products, but so does this brush, so it's all good, I guess. But you can use any kind of brush or sponge that you want to, or, you know, your fingers, as long as your hands are clean. So as you could see in the previous clip, I had to use more of it. This is from LA Colors. Yeah, LA Colors. I got it from the dollar store. For $1, it's great, but if you have to keep pumping out more, especially if you have a bigger face like I do, then I figure using something like this one versus this one, it's like $6 for this, $1 for this, but I feel like I'm getting a lot more out of this. That being said, I used to have a Sephora foundation that was like $20 that I would buy 20 of these and probably get twice the product out of. But if you can see, it's a lot more coverage. For something that was $1, it is fantastic. Even in person, it looks a lot better. You can't really tell that it's makeup unless you look like here, where I have a little bit of like acne going on. I think it's great. I would definitely recommend it. I'm not sure. I'm true beige, so I imagine they don't have that many colors because I'm already one of the higher numbers, I think. But yeah, if you're looking for just kind of like a cheap makeup for like what are they called? Auditions. That's what they're called. If you're looking for like you need to go out and wear some kind of foundation for an audition, I would definitely recommend this one. And the name and my color will be down below, and you can get them at the dollar store, or I guess anywhere where they sell LA Colors. Does LA Colors have a website? I think they do. This is the foundation that I had currently been using at the time, but not the method that I used, but I wanted to, again, show different methods of putting things on by using this brush I got from Sephora on one half of my face and a sponge on the other half to kind of just show you how the two methods have for coverage. The stick method is one that I've been using since I filmed this video, which, as you can see, you kind of just rub it where you want it, you blend it out with a sponge or a brush or your fingers or whatever, and you just want to make sure everything's even, and then you are set to go. So, personally, I just got this one, so obvious, and I've worn it 2 or 4 times, counting. I wore it twice last night for filming, and then I wore it out today, and then I just wore it again now. I like it. I feel like it doesn't, I still use setting powder. I feel like it doesn't need setting powder, but I mean, that's just because I like putting on the setting powder over the contour and the blush that I normally do, but obviously it's up to you. I would recommend this for everyday use. I feel like I'm doing some weird, like, beauty guru thing, and I'm not about it. But anyway, so yeah, so I have to film 2 more videos and then come back and do the setting powder and the setting spray. So I will not look like this when I come back. This is the way that I've been taught to use this kind of foundation, and how I've seen almost everyone use this foundation is by using a sponge to dip into the product and then put it onto your face. In my opinion, a little goes a long way. I'm sure people will tell you otherwise depending on the lighting and everything. And I also use this brush to kind of show, because I also saw this method when I was in high school. But you know, as long as everything is even, you should be good, whatever method you choose to use. Unless, of course, it's requested. Always remember that your fingers are your best friend when it comes to blending, especially with foundation and around your eyes. Because your fingers, you're going to be able to tell if it's really, like, clumpy somewhere. You can obviously apply less or more pressure, and you don't have to worry about bristles or whatever getting in the way, or there being not enough product on the sponge, because once everything's on your face, you just... Plus, it's so much fun, but always make sure to wash your hands first, because the oils and stuff can still get off of your hands and onto your face. Also, I wanted to say, because I did, this, words are not coming to me. Always make sure, if you're doing someone else's makeup, that you replace these in between people, and I personally believe replace these in between uses. I know some people will use the same sponge for like a 2 or 3 day like weekend show, and I don't agree. But you know, to each his own. And then I don't recommend these brushes. I love these brushes, I really do. I think they're great for body painting, especially with watercolor paints. They're just, this is already really, really hard to wash out of brushes. And just in my opinion, the density of this makes it so hard, which is why I switched to sponges, is in my opinion, they're just so much easier to clean. But like I said, if you don't mind cleaning them, you're all set. And if you're not cleaning your own brushes, first of all, congrats. Wish I didn't have to sometimes. But also to kind of just take into account, if you're given this brush, cool. If you're or bought this brush and then someone else is washing it because you bring your own brushes, maybe consider using disposable sponges. This might be cheaper in the end. I feel like this and the setting spray are kind of self-explanatory based on the videos. So I hope you found this helpful and joyful or whatever. If you have any questions about this or anything else, or any suggestions for what you want to see next, because I don't really have a super ton of ideas. There's a few things that I want to do special effects wise. There's a couple like basics things that I think I'm finishing filming today. Please don't hesitate to ask. If you have me on Facebook, you can message me on Facebook. If not, my Instagram is at Tae, T-A-E _tries_makeup. And yeah.